Wow.
That was amazing, man. That was the second longest game I've ever seen on Shakira's Plateau.
That was ridiculous is what it was. But there we go. Yeah. Leah does go up game or 1-0 here in this best of 5 set for Charity between her and TotalBiscuit. So we're going to have to get a map choice here out of TotalBiscuit.
Yeah.
Indeed you do. Thanks to everyone who decided to tune in. This is all for Charity, of course. TotalBiscuit picks Xel'Naga. So that's where we're going.
Well, that is a map where I don't think we're going to see quite as long of a game, unfortunately.
You know, every time I say that, though, I have personally witnessed some ridiculous games on this map.
Yeah, there have been some crazy ones. I mean, there was one ladder match between Jelizerg and TT1 that comes to mind that was a pretty crazy game on Xel'Naga Caverns. Oops, I forgot to join you.
I have sent you an invite, and I thought I had Leah on Real ID, but I may be a dirty, dirty liar.
Uh-oh. I think... Let me check here. No, I do not either. I guess I don't.
All right. All right, so hopefully we get Leah picked up here in just a second. We're going to move into game 2, where she could take a commanding lead in this set, or we could be reduced to just a best of 3. There we are.
She could. Yeah, and this is a best of 5, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Okay, there we are. She is in the room. Let's add her to... I have no idea if she actually got added to the my friends list. Oh, yes, I had one friend remaining. Hooray.
Sweet. That's... their reactions to the last game are pretty funny to read. TotalBiscuit seems like he really enjoyed the fact that that game went that long.
Oh, yes, I can clearly tell. As he did actually keep up, what, about 170 APM that entire match?
Yeah, man, he's got like the fastest non-functional APM I've ever seen. It's really impressive.
And here we go. This is game number 2 of this best of 5 between TotalBiscuit, spawning as our orange Terran. I'm sorry, in the orange trunks. Here in the top right-hand corner of Xel'Naga Caverns, his opponent down the bottom left-hand corner is Leah B. Jackson, writer for G4 TV. She is our red Terran player, having been coached by Drewby on a number of occasions. And we mentioned at the beginning of that amazing, ridiculous, apparently... new nickname is Pajamas with a Y now. Hooray.
Pajamas.
Anyway.
Catspajamas.
Yes. That she did actually go after a build that Drewby has been doing quite a bit, which is the 1-Rax gasless FE into 4-Rax. Now, Drewby usually makes a really strong timing attack out of it right before any sort of tech comes up. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. TotalBiscuit was able to get his tech and his very defensive position going, transition into battle cruisers, and thus we had a 45-minute game.
Yeah, he went for really, really fast siege mode for that tank, too. And normally, most players wouldn't do that. So if he hadn't and she had decided to do that attack like you were talking about, she could have certainly done some damage. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like going for that on a map like this, you don't quite have the luxury or the time to just sit back and play super defensive like TotalBiscuit did last game.
Yes, indeed, and we do have the great grammar/spelling debate raging between our resident Brit and an American. I'm a Ritar, Okie, says Leah. Indeed.
Okie.
Yes.
Wow.
So. And let's see. So we are on Xel'Naga. Both players are going for gas this time. So if we're going to have an FE, it's going to be the Reaper expand or something along those lines. But I would predict a little more conventional tank build on this one. Now, this is one of those positioning maps. Unique control of the Xel'Naga towers largely comes down to how well you can control your tanks if the game goes long enough. So I think we're in for a very, very traditional TVT here.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't expect traditional play from any of these players. They seem to be some of the more innovative TVTers that we've seen lately. So we'll have to see what they have planned. The gas for Leah got up a little bit later than the one for TotalBiscuit, so I'm wondering, I didn't catch when he put that refinery down, but he had it up, about 15 seconds earlier, which was kind of interesting to me. I wonder why.
Huh. You see what's happening down here at the 6 o'clock position. TotalBiscuit is putting up a bunker.
A bunker.
Indeed. So, giving
right.
himself a little bit of position, and he could start walking those bunkers forward and doing some damage. He could just use this as a defensive position to go ahead and hold against an expand, which indeed looks like it's going to come up. Let's take a look at Leah's vision. She has indeed seen the bunker.
Yep. Yeah, she knows it's there, and sending the Marines down there right away. The SCV might be able to jump inside and save himself. No, he decides to make a run for it, kind of, but then he stops and then he runs again. And in the meantime, TotalBiscuit shooting at the other SCV. They're only interested in killing each other's SCVs at this point, but TotalBiscuit does need to run away.
Yes, absolutely. Maybe able to catch this SCV in transit here, and they just all kind of run past each other.
Golden opportunity missed there. All that SCV would have needed to do was just sort of like nudge the other one, and it would have killed it.
Aha. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see here. We have... I don't know what's coming out of both these players. Okay, we have a factory coming out for Biscuit. We have another barracks coming out now for him as well. So he's gearing up for what looks to be very, very strong one-base play, maybe an all-in. We'll find out here in a bit. And Leah, indeed, as you've mentioned, is expanding.
Yeah, she definitely would prefer to play for the longer macro game. Nothing at all wrong with that. She's built enough gas up that she can put that factory down pretty quick after getting that expo. So, I don't know. I mean, I think you were right earlier when you said we're going to see a more traditional TVT where, Leah's going to go for something more along the lines of classic tank marine, and TotalBiscuit is going to go along the lines of some sort of classic one-base all-in, although he does have two factories. That's interesting.
Two factories indeed. No upgrades coming yet out of the tech lab that was sitting on that barrack, so I'm not sure what he's going to... There we go. There's the transition coming out now. He has the one Hellion up. I don't know if he's going to do mass Blue Flame Hellion or if he's just going to produce a ridiculous amount of tanks.
I don't know. Leah getting a little bit supply blocked at 27, it looks like.
Yes.
But, that does happen every once in a while. Usually when you hit your supply cap is when you become supply blocked, and not putting guys into her second gas either. So, I don't know. I mean, if she's planning on going for Banshees, which it looks like it's entirely possible as she is getting that starport relatively quickly, she's going to need a few more guys in gas if she wants to get that fast cloak, too.
And it looks like TotalBiscuit is indeed going after mass Blue Flame Hellions and Marines. This is actually something I saw Show do at MLG earlier this year, where you go into just mass production and you can throw away units, but it's okay because the amount of economic damage you do, you'll always be able to outpace. So if he ends up using this like that, it could be a very, very creative, fun game. It'll largely rely on micro, though.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we have seen more Terran players going for that Marine Blue Flame Hellion composition, and it can be pretty strong early in the game. The only question is, will he be able to get it out in time to really, do a lot of damage with it?
And Mrs. Biscuit has appeared in chat, so hello to Mrs. Biscuit. He put a valiant effort in game number 1, but came up short 45 minutes into the game. He has now picked Xel'Naga Caverns. That is where we are at.
Yeah. And looks like a lot of Hellions for TotalBiscuit moving out right now. The Blue Flame upgrade will be completed by the time he's in a position to do any damage. And I gotta say, have you seen the new icon for the Blue Flame Hellions thing where it actually has a blue flame?
I know! I'm so happy! I never wondered
so
about
cool.
that. And why do we not just call weapon refit Yamato Cannon? Seriously.
Yeah, really. I don't know. I mean, it's like you've got the official names of the upgrades, and then you've got the sort of colloquialisms that all the StarCraft players actually use, like Blue Flame and Zergling Speed and things.
Anti-timing here for Leah. She moves away at just the moment when TotalBiscuit comes in and wrecks the economy. And he's going to be able to chase off those Blue Flame Hellions and really the Marines as well. He'll need to get himself here into the main. Oh, God, Leah ran right past all those Hellions and lost 3. Oh, this is not looking good for her. Oh!
Oh, no.
God, that's hard to watch.
This might be this is going to be a fast game.
Yes, I am predicting that as well. Looks like TotalBiscuit is going to clean up the rest of those Marines as well, so he actually has nothing to kill the rest of his Hellions.
Yep, 24 workers killed for TotalBiscuit right now. Make that 25, actually 26. How many SCVs are out in the field right now for Leah? 4.
Yes. That's
it.
That's no good.
No.
She's not remembering to drop down her mules as well. Looks like TotalBiscuit is expanding. He's sending more reinforcements. He's even got a couple of SCVs coming along for the party because why not?
Well, Leah picked up the SCVs that are natural in her medevac. She's ferrying them over to the main just in time. good thing she got those out of the way. But I think, you know, she just may possibly be a little bit behind at this point.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, 1/4 the supply, something like that. So, look at this. We have a couple of missile turrets coming down now for TotalBiscuit as he sends up his Marines as well. He's going to continue to do damage to that orbital command. Leah did have enough saved up for 4 mules at a time, but that's not really going to help, especially when TotalBiscuit gets his expansion up. He is in a mighty fine position.
I mean, that Banshee did hold him off ever so slightly, but yeah, I mean, really, he can just kind of take it easy and kick back, relax, make some units, get supply blocked a couple times, and he's going to be just fine.
And indeed, he is supply blocked. So, waiting for all of chat to go drink. We'll see how much of a delay we're on here. But orbital command is going to fall pretty quickly here. That SUV finishes building up the missile turret, and he does have the hard contain in place.
Yep, and that orbital command is going to be, oh wow, the missile turret's firing at the orbital command.
Oh, that's awesome.
You see every day. Yeah.
And
a good amount of damage, too.
Yeah, orbital command down to just a little bit of health left. Looks like a few SUVs are going to be sent out to go ahead and repair that up, so it will survive. But TotalBiscuit is reinforcing with enough Marines now. He should be able to hold off that Banshee pressure.
Yeah, I mean, that contain with the missile turrets is really going to help TotalBiscuit make sure that Leah can basically never expand again for the rest of the game. So not only killing all of her gatherers, but now taking all of her positions.
That's very mattered, TotalBiscuit.
Yeah, all her base are belong to TotalBiscuit at this point.
That is true. That is a scientific fact. And unfortunately, TotalBiscuit runs in with a bunch of Hellions. He does manage to kill a couple of those Marines. And when I do mean a couple, I do mean a couple. I think he only killed 2. Unfortunately, at the loss of 3 Hellions there. But he is reinforcing still quite well. Looks like Leah's going to go on a rampage with these Banshees now along the 12 o'clock position. TotalBiscuit has a couple of missile turrets in his main, but nothing over at his natural. There we go. Now a couple being queued up.
Yep, and, you know, despite this, this group of Banshees, this pair of Banshees that's going over, I don't know if she's really going to be able to do too much damage. All depends on how fast she can kill those SCVs. Oh, she could have actually killed the SCVs at the main, but they're all already missile turrets there. And when I said main, I meant natural, but doesn't matter. The Banshees are dead already.
Yes, and TotalBiscuit could actually take all of his forces, click them up the ramp, and he would be victorious if he so desired. Looks like he's continuing to slow push his way in. I love the addition of the sensor tower. Lets him know precisely what's up the ramp, and at this point he shouldn't be too scared with what's remaining.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I don't know. It's just sort of a slow, painful death at this point for Leah. It's really too bad.
And it looks like there's a possibility that Day9 joined us in chat as well. If he is here, hello, Day9. But, hello, Mr. Plot. And TotalBiscuit going to make his way up. Unfortunately, there's only a couple of SCVs here remaining. Oh, Leah runs directly into the siege tanks.
Well, you know, she's all for fairness and equality. So she was like, you gave me about 6 or so Marines, so I'm going to give you some as well. Just it's amazing to see how mannered these players are towards each other. I mean, I really get like a feeling of love and friendship from this game.
Yeah, sure. I get a feeling of uncomfortable SCV genocide. And it looks like Leah's actually ferrying away her SCVs over to that expansion she's putting over at the 10 o'clock position. TotalBiscuit being very, very secure about this, slowly moving forward, picking off Marines as he can, and he'll be able to kill. Yes.
I appreciate that she's not giving up, but it might be about time for that G button to come into action this game.
Yes, maybe 10 minutes ago. But that's okay, as TotalBiscuit makes his way in, picks off the last tech. Nope, he doesn't. There it is, GG.
There it is. So we are all tied up, dude.
Tied up indeed. This now becomes essentially a best of 3. So here we go, folks. We're going to head into game number 3 in just a second. We're just going to need to get a map choice out of Leah.
Desert Oasis, come on.
Cross your fingers.
That's right. We can hope. Maybe Agria Valley, perhaps?
My antivirus wanted to restart my computer.
Well, you know, antivirus is no best. You better just let it.
It is probably for the best at the moment. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's, well, you know, if you argue with your antivirus, you know what happens. You get all those Trojans and things like that, and suddenly you've got things popping up that are trying to, like, sell you Harry Potter memorabilia or something like that, so.
And
it's dangerous.
Ooh, Shatter Temple.